Al Hernandez here with a member of the medical staff for the River City Rascals, Zach Greco, head athletic trainer. Thanks for taking the time to catch up with us and explain what you do.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime, man.
So I guess the first question is, what exactly do you do as head athletic trainer?
Well, the kind of things that we do, we work with a lot of rehabilitation, prevention, a lot of the strength aspect, really making sure the guys are prepared to play every single day and stay healthy throughout the season. And if a guy does go down, we work to get them back as fast as possible.
When it comes to like preparation or quick recovery, not rehabbing from an injury, what are some typical workouts or stretches that you do with guys?
We do a lot of just for general soreness. We'll do some hamstring stretches. Tends to be the most part. A lot of hip flexors tend to get real sore. Between that and then just stretching out the arms for the most part throughout the day. Sometimes we'll do some strength training, shoulder exercises, shoulder programs with the guys in order to kind of keep them going strong throughout the season through all the stress.
You have this cool machine that I see with patches that you hook up to guys. What exactly does that do?
That is our electrical stimulation machine, also a TENS unit. Basically what that does is sends electrical impulses through their muscles essentially and gets them going. It's really good for things such as pain relief, increasing metabolism, getting more blood flowing into that area as well. Also it could be used for certain things such as rehab, getting muscles and kind of firing in the correct way again. So it's a very helpful machine, something that we really use every single day in here.
One of the most unique positions in baseball is the starting pitcher. Every 5 days they'll go. What are some things you do with a typical starting pitcher to prepare for the start and recoup and get ready for the next one?
Well, for the most part, they kind of handle a lot of them themselves. They're very superstitious as individual players. However, if I do get involved, a lot of things is stretching kind of deal, making sure their arm stays loose throughout those days. Any help with shoulder programs that they do during recovery or anything along those lines. As you can imagine, after throwing 100-plus pitches throughout a game, you're going to be real sore. So we do a lot of icing afterwards, kind of work on that recovery. Sometimes we'll hook up that machine that you noticed earlier, the E-stem, and kind of hook that up there and kind of work on the recovery. It's a lot of maintenance throughout the week.
How closely do you work with the coaching staff and maybe communicating and deciding if players are good to go or if maybe they should sit out a day?
We talk every single day. We do reports about anywhere from once to twice a week, kind of update with them as well as the GM. Constantly really just kind of making kind of a whole team rather than keeping anybody out. That way if there's a guy that needs a day off or something, I say, hey, look, I'm noticing this. Let's give this guy a rest before we have something injury. Like I said, a lot of our job is prevention and care. So in order to notice kind of stuff like that, it's important when we have to say, hey, give this guy a rest today.
What are some of the common misconceptions of a head athletic trainer?
Well, a lot of times I find when you go tell someone, hey, what do you do, is, so I'm an athletic trainer. They tend to think you're a personal trainer, and I get a lot of the times, hey, it's like, oh, so you like to work out a lot. Well, yeah, I like to work out, but it's not what my job does. What a lot of people fail to realize is we're medical staff. We work in the health field, and naturally, one of the things I get to explain is, hey, have you ever seen a game where a guy goes down on the field and the guy runs on the field to make sure he's okay? I go, that's what I do. So.
You look like you like to work out a lot. Do you maybe like to show off when you're working out with the players? You've got some big muscles.
I try not to show off. Generally when I go... I appreciate that. Generally when I go to the gym with them, my main reason that I'm there is for the rehab of the guys, or preparation, or any pointers that the guys would like, saying, hey, I'm feeling a little tight in my trap today. What can I do? Or, hey, I'm feeling weak here and I'd like to improve here. What can I do? And me being at the gym, especially on the road with them, it really gives them a nice kind of person to go to and really be there for them when they kind of need those kind of pointers.
You've got this nifty backpack you take everywhere that seems to be stuffed full of items. What can be found in that backpack that somebody might not be expecting?
That backpack is literally my athletic training room to go. So if there's anything that you would find in our athletic training room, anywhere from wound care to, that handy little e-stim machine again, to tape, to sunscreen or eye drops or anything like that. I carry everything, even whiteout and screwdrivers come in my bag.
What's something or a few things that you make sure to never ever leave your athletic training room and go out into the dugout without?
My Power Flex tapes, flexible black tape. Seems like that's the most used thing that I have. That, ice bags, and wrap. TENS unit seems to get a lot of use, but massage lotion and basically sunscreen. That's pretty much my main uses throughout that.
So, what has been your path, and what are some of the previous jobs you've had throughout the medical field?
So I went to school up in Chicago at North Park University, a real small school. Through that, I actually got open to a lot of different opportunities where I've worked. Other than last year, previous 3, I worked the Chicago Marathon on the sweep team for one of their AED teams. I've gotten to work with women's roller derby, men's, women's basketball, naturally baseball at the collegiate level. I've worked, anywhere as a PRN when I moved back here, working random jobs doing volleyball. I've done lacrosse, rugby. Even Little League soccer. It's really as neat. That was really one of the most interesting parts of my career. And then one day I got a shot, and here I am. So,
what is your dream job?
Aim high. My dream is obviously working in the majors, just as any of the players, which is kind of a nice connection with the guys when you kind of share similar dreams. Naturally, they'll be the ones throwing when my arm can't seem to throw 50 feet. But naturally, my dream is also being in the majors as well.
You hear a lot of kids when they're coming up through school that like sports say they want to be a head athletic trainer. What can they prepare for, and what's some advice you have for those kids?
My advice is really, you have to stick to it. If it's something that you want to be in, it is very, very hard work. And a lot of guys can tell you, every bit of it is worth it. How many people can say, hey, I go to work every day to watch baseball? It's not like you're going to work every day. It's not a job. It's just kind of some leisure activity that you get to do, and it's unique. But it is tough. It is a tough road, just as any medical field. But the harder you work and the more you put into it, the more you get out, and you'll enjoy the rest of your life afterwards. So,
thank you so much. That's Zach Greco, everyone, head athletic trainer for the Rascals.
Thank you. Appreciate it.